I stay doing my thing. I stay doing my thing.
I don't care what y'all do, who y'all screw.
I stay doing my thing.
I don't care what y'all drive, how y'all fly.
I stay doing my thing.
Listen, I do what I do, and I do it like I'm doing it for TV.
Keep my name out your mouth. I'm doing my thing.
Yes.
Fuck these niggas talking about. I stay doing my thing. Don't make me pull them big boys out.
My nigga
cool,
Ox,
man.
you doing your motherfucking
Cool,
thing.
so
Welcome
we
to
done.
the show, my nigga. Appreciate you for
bro.
pulling up, man.
Thank you, man.
You gonna get right into it, man. Tell the
Leave these
people.
headphones on?
Yeah, you can take them off. Tell the people where you from. How all the shit really basically started too, man.
Man, wow.
We know you from Queens too, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely big Queens. I'm from Lawton, Queens, born and raised. Like I put on for the whole Queens period, man. Like that's just what I'm into, man. I'm always heavy Queens, heavy New York, just the way I grew up seeing it, man. Just the way we carry ourselves, the way we do everything. Did it. Wake up. You on?
I'm gonna edit it though. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely like just big on, being true to who we are, growing as an artist, as a man, as a boss, a provider. Like I got a whole team that we putting on for, man, and it's a movement. So a lot of the decisions I make affects everybody. So like if you want to talk about how I've been doing this shit from the beginning, I've always been a leader. I've always been my own man and doing things the way I see fit. Just right now I feel like all of the transitions that I've been through is helping me grow. So, that's what we on right now, man.
So tell the people, right, like how it all basically came apart. Like what made you really like say, you know what, I'm gonna get to this rap money. Well, not this rap money because you're saying there's no rap money. Well, let's get to why you saying there's no rap money in that situation.
The reason there's no rap money, it ain't that I don't want music money.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, this shit is really all about providing lanes to constantly make revenue. Like never would I depend on music money. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm into everything, man.
Exactly.
I'm a full-blown hustler, nigga. Like I'm in the real estate, I'm in the business, building businesses. I'm in the hustling period, man. I'm just, trying to duck the feds, nigga, so they'll never ever come get me again, nigga. So that's all, staying sucker free and doing shit that's gonna make sure my team eat forever.
By the way, welcome home. We're glad to see you back.
I'm
glad to see you
I'm glad to
too,
be
man.
back, man.
Glad to see you back home, getting to it, doing what you gotta do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know that for the simple fact, if you didn't go through what you went through, like, you would have been probably way further than.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact, but it wasn't my time, so I ain't gonna never. I don't reflect on that because at the end of the day, I knew I came back from prison sharper, better than ever, wiser than ever. I had to really, sit down and analyze my situation because a lot of the times, when you're on the street, it's nothing but distractions. So when I was in the joint or whatever, even when I went to the box for just getting in trouble, I did some of my best thinking because, I got to slow down and put things in perspective.
That time to yourself. But people don't understand about that time to yourself. I didn't understand that before either. Like, it took me to be in jail to have just time to myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? We out here,
we out here ripping and running all day.
For everything else.
For everything and everybody else.
And everybody else, yeah, you're right.
So
when you do take that time to yourself and reflect, you start thinking about a lot, what's going on with your life, how it's going on with your life and everything. So I'm glad. I mean, I'm not saying I'm glad that happened to you.
I'm cool with it, man. Niggas, I used to call niggas from jail, and they be sounding more depressed than the person that would be in that current situation that was incarcerated. So when people used to be like, damn, like, yo, why do you sound like you happy? No, I wasn't happy with my circumstances. I just was, you know, at peace with what I did. I had to do my time, and at the same thing, I knew I was coming back sharper and better than ever because, you know, like, I told niggas, yo, listen, I needed to go away a little bit. It kind of slowed me down. I was in the street going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Non-stop beefing, you know, like, you know, getting to the money, but just moving too fast, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know through the grace of God, a lot of things could have been worse off for me. I could have ended up killing somebody. Somebody could have ended up killing me. You know, I would have got way more time. I wouldn't have been, you know, moving as wise or thinking as much as I should have been.
We glad you made it back, nigga. Like, you know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate that.
You made it back one piece. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't make it back in one piece.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, yeah.
They go through a lot of shit. They go through trials, tribulations, and in there you can go through something and
Never come back.
the same. You
That's
know what
a
I'm
fact.
saying? Like, so, therefore, it's very important that we keep our sanity. We keep, like, you know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy, right? The whole no rap money theme was always about, you know, elevation. Like, a lot of niggas go to jail, and this is true. Niggas who been there know, you know, every day is about making the day pass faster. So, you know, killing time. So some niggas is playing ball, if they can play ball all day. Some niggas is playing chess, cards,
Working out.
watching TV,
Yeah.
working out, etc.
I went to 3 races a day, my nigga, and just
Yeah.
played chess just to kill time. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Just to get the day passed. Because there was so much going on. You know what I'm saying? You got so much politics. You got so many niggas in the shit that you ain't even supposed to be in. You understand what I'm saying?
And
So
you definitely get caught up with that. You know
Yes.
they say idle time is the devil's work. So at the same time, what I did, you know, to keep myself sharp and wanting things, I just read a lot of shit, man. And I talked to a lot of people that was in way higher positions than life than I was. Like, I was out here playing around making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a day and probably spending 10 of it every chance I get. And, you know, I thought I was rich. Till I met some niggas that was really rich.
that was really getting to the bag.
Yeah. And was telling me about my thinking as far as, you know, like, yo, you know, that's, I had white boys blatantly telling me, yo, that's how black people think. And instead of me taking offense to it, I took heed to it. So,
And there's
you know,
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He probably wasn't trying to play you.
Nah,
He
he
was
wasn't
just
trying to
like,
play me.
you know, he was just letting you know, putting you on game.
Yeah.
And you can meet a person just like that. You ain't gonna meet him on the street like that either.
No,
You
on
gonna
the
meet him.
street, they might have never ever helped me. We might have ever been in the same surroundings.
Exactly.
But being in prison, you know, and being who I was in all the prisons I went to, you know, I was able to use some of my influence to learn things and people, you know, you get people the floor, man, they love to talk. So you gonna gain something, you talking to the right people.
Right. And I gained a lot of information from jail too. Like, you understand what I'm saying? As far as like doing the right thing. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't know was out here before. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know, getting into credit, you know, I didn't know about credit.
That's
I didn't
a
know
fact.
about, you understand what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
A CPN. I didn't know about shit until I got to jail. Like, you understand what I'm saying? All I knew was selling drugs. You understand what I'm saying? Running around trying to get to the bag to get to the next money. Like, you know what I'm saying? But when you in there, you start to learn shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You start to sit there and say, yo, you know, you got time for it. So now you gotta get your GED. You gotta go to school. You understand what I'm saying? Because you're forced to go to this program and learn this shit and shit like that. I'm in Bear Hill. I take a small engines program. You understand what I'm saying, Ox? And I start learning about engines, shit like that. Shit that I ain't never know about.
That was
Like,
probably your interest. See, now, I'm glad you said that. See, like, you know, I know how people tend to view me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like, I try to do a lot of shit to give back. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you might see me outside in the club or at an event, but some days I wake up and I go teach financial literacy to young kids.
okay, that's great.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I knew if I knew what I knew at their age, I would have had a way better chance to keep myself from being incarcerated. Because for real, like, even when playing in the streets, like, you know what I'm saying, like, that's what I'm familiar with, but ain't nothing more gangster than just getting money and taking care of your peoples.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's where it's really,
so,
that's what
like,
the really gangster part
yeah,
is.
so like, don't get it twisted. I have the spirit of a hustler. I love to see things form and take shape, you know, as I planned them. But not knowing how to build credit, not knowing how I should save money, not knowing how I should, you know, constantly, you know, just make my money work for itself, it put me at a disadvantage mentally, because now I always had this thing where I gotta keep going, I gotta make it back, but I should have just put my money into the right things. And even if I did ended up incarcerated, I would have came back to way more things than I came back to.
Right.
But see, I feel like it wasn't really our fault because we wasn't taught that. You understand what I'm saying? Our parents wasn't taught that. So, you understand what I'm saying? My parents was hustlers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I knew how to do because that's what they taught me. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that to an extent. I agree with that because at the end of the day, we grow up doing what we know and what we see.
But even as my uncle he had the fish store, but he still didn't teach me about building credit. You understand what I'm saying? All he did was make me work for him.
It's
Like
Taught you a different hustle.
like
it's a similar thing where, like, I come from a family that was always,
he knew the credit game, but like he didn't tell me about it.
But I'm gonna tell you on like, I always grew up where my family was always doing something that like was entrepreneurship type stuff, or owning a business. Like my grandfather, he drove his own cab, had cabs. My pops, the first business I ever seen him open up was he opened up a cleaners. It failed to shit. But it wasn't that it wasn't making money, it's just that a lot of niggas know how to make money but don't know how to keep money.
Keep money
Don't
and
know
maintain
how
it,
to,
yeah.
Don't know how to use, you know, the debt and the advantages that the banks give you. You don't know how to leverage what the bank gives you to turn it into more money. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is what I will say. Yo, we do what we see and what we're taught to do. But being that I'm implanting this seed today, it ain't an excuse for some people that see in this interview. Because we telling them right now off rip,
And you letting them know.
yo, it's so much more out there.
Yeah.
It's like
That
really,
you can do it.
Yeah, like really, there's an advantage out there for you to get a bag and never look back.
But I didn't see. We didn't see.
No, we didn't
You know
see
what I'm
it.
saying?
We didn't see
Like,
it. We didn't see it.
my nigga passed away. You smoking for Tupac, Aaliyah, Biggie, everybody, man.
Yeah.
Passed. My nigga.
I got you.
But
I know you fuck with the
I
call.
didn't see Ox, like, you understand what I'm saying, my nigga? So it was like, I didn't understand shit until I read the book in jail, The Secret. Like, when it's telling me, yo, Ox, believe, and you'll get
But you know
the
what,
things that you want. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what the saying is, because you've been in the joint.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to keep something
Probably.
from a nigga,
Put it in a book.
exactly.
But the books, you know, you distracted by that too when you in there. You know that, right? Because look, you gotta go to chow. You gotta worry about getting on the phone. You gotta worry about getting to that stove. You gotta worry about getting to the weights at a certain time. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta worry about holding yourself down.
You know about getting to that girl.
Getting to that girl. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know how that go.
Getting to the girl.
But see, yo, for real,
How many distractions is that, huh?
it is. I got to a point, man, in my bed where I started realizing I couldn't control nothing that was in the world. So I didn't give a fuck no more.
Yo, you know what a nigga told me? He said, yo, get the fuck away from that phone. I said, yo, why? He said, yo, because he said, yo, you can't monitor her through the phone.
That's a fact.
You know?
Yo, oh yeah.
And then he said, yo,
Hey, listen,
he said, yo, it ain't like you gonna go home and put a ruler inside her pussy and find out what size the nigga dick was.
Word.
You understand what I'm saying? So therefore,
Nah, this is,
leave the shit alone
look,
and don't let it distract you and do your bid, my nigga.
When I was in the joint, man, a nigga used to tell me, man, it was an old head nigga from Harlem named Mike. Good nigga, man. And
Shouts out to Mike.
You know what I'm saying? And he used to say some of the wildest shit, and I used to be like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. He used to be telling me, yo, listen, She out there fucking,
Everything, yeah.
right? And yo, guess what? For everybody, it may not be true, but he was trying to condition my mind and say, nigga, you gotta leave that shit the fuck alone. Worry about you, nigga. Don't worry about what's going on in the
Focus
street
on what's here.
with your girl, your family, nigga. You gotta use this time to focus on you. Nigga, I remember times I used to get up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, doors pop, nigga ready to get on the phone. That nigga,
ready, yeah.
First thing that nigga say is, man, you better let Jody get his rollover nut.
For real.
What the fuck is you doing?
Let him get his nut, and then you get on the line with him. Like, for real.
You can't control nobody.
You can't control nobody. You can't control. That's what I had to realize at one point in time in my life. I'm sitting there trying to control this, control that, and I gotta control my motherfucking self at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta control who I am. I gotta be the person who I really want to be. I wanted to be a rapper so bad, right? But niggas was like, yo, you don't rap, Tiff. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, what the fuck? I gotta be a fucking, I gotta rap then. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta really rap. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But then I sat there and said to myself, like, yo, alright, I'm gonna do what I'm normally, I can talk to people, I can, like, you know what I'm saying? Get that out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And still do the music or do
one
whatever.
of the things you gotta ask yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tell people this all the time. You gotta sometimes map out a plan for what it is you want to do, right? Because if you really look at your plan, it's gonna tell you, especially if you write your plan in detail, it's gonna tell you realistically how much work that you're gonna have to put in. And then you gotta analyze it again and say, yo, listen, I want to do this, but am I willing to put this work in? Because a lot of people have great ideas, want to be great things, but don't have the will, or are not surrounded by the people who can help them, you know, foresee the vision or help them get to where they need to be. Because you gotta surround yourself, especially with some people that's doing things that's gonna motivate you. Like, a big part of this shit is definitely the company you keep.
Right.
And I had to realize, like, you know, I grew up all around and involved in gang culture. So
I remember L Gang.
Yeah,
I remember the whole
like my whole hood is blood. So like that's what we do. Like, but at the same time, that don't defy me as far as
the person
who
you are.
who I want to be, what I want to do in my
Right.
life. I still have to pick and choose those I concern myself with on an everyday basis so that I could get to where I need to be. Everybody plays a role in my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It goes from the person I can talk to that's going to set me straight when I'm thinking about doing some nut shit that I shouldn't be doing. It goes to the person who's making sure, you know, my music is right. It goes to the person who makes sure the day-to-day operations is just running smooth.
Right.
Because, like, I don't give a fuck what you got going on, what roles you play on the team. You ain't shit without team. You need team. You need things to. You need people around you that's going to see the goal through.
Right. So let me ask you this: what age did you fall in love with music? If you can remember.
8, 9 years old, man. I wrote my first rap.
Wow.
My first rap name was Doughboy. That was from Boys in the
Boys in the
Hood.
Hood.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that shit too. Yeah.
And I tell this story. I got a cousin named, Shamika, and she sat down and really like helped me pen my first rap, and like I just love the music. Like I love music. Like without, that's why there's no
What
rap.
year was that?
money
Like
shit.
92? No, 90. 91 or some shit.
So look, the reason like the no rap money thing stands for so much because like I said, like I don't need music to be fun. Like I'm gonna be fine regardless. I'm gonna be straight regardless. I'm gonna get to a bag regardless. That's my nature. But like for real, like if I wasn't the rapper, I would want to be doing something to help somebody else pen something, write something, you know, put something together. Because I love the creativity of making music. I love how the mind works when it's just flowing. Like I love all that shit.
Since you've been incarcerated, right? How you feel about the game changing and everything that's going on right now? Ox, like the the streaming, the internet, the everything that's going on. Like, how you feel about that?
I won't. It has its goods and its bads. Like, it's more good than bad for me, because the bad may be oversaturation of music can make people overlook something that is great. Because they say that almost 60,000 songs a day are uploaded to the DSPs. So now that's what you're competing with. So now it turns into a money thing. If you don't have money, right, or somebody backing you with money, it's very hard for you to compete, because we live in a time where there's so many artists, right? You could be great.
Right.
But if this guy, man, down the block raps, and somebody comes along and says, yo, who's the hottest out here? He gonna say his man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, out of loyalty as he should,
Right.
but it's not realistic.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, this guy over here might be great. This guy over here is the best.
Mm-hmm.
But, because now, everybody feels they can do it. You know what I mean? And that's they're entitled to do what they feel like doing. So I don't hate on nobody. I'm more one of those people, like, I'm big on seeing people's worth ethic. Like, if I see you working, I'm happy. Because I feel like you ain't in the way, like you really going hard for this shit.
Tell the young boys about consistency and how important that is.
Yo, and,
right now.
And that's really kind of where the conversation was leading anyway. Like, because I seen so many people that had some of the greatest chances. I'm talking about sign, features from big artists, but being inconsistent is what made it not work. Yeah. Like, this shit really is consistency, especially in this day and age where music is old fast. Nobody gives a fuck about what you did last week.
Right. Tell them out.
So, like, if you not consistent, if you ain't willing to bang out and work, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. You better pray you get a lucky break. But other than that, like, it just, you gotta be consistent. And to answer the question, that started this, is the reason I love it is because if you figure out a way to target your core base, yes, you could get some money. Like right now, I'm getting a couple dollars hosting parties, right? And now it's not no major money, you know what I'm saying? But what it's saying is, yo, what you're doing is working.
Right.
Exactly.
So you have to keep going.
I was doing the same thing when I came home. I'm hosting parties for $70, $60, $120. Just me getting on the mic and just like, hyping the party up, because that's the type of person that I am sometimes. You understand what I'm saying?
That's what you do.
If I feel like this vibe is great, I'm going to make it greater. You understand what I'm saying? So if I can pay for it, hey, fuck it. You understand what I'm saying? Who could tell me that it won't turn into something bigger than what it already is? You understand what I'm saying? And how it's already going. And I've been making money off it. I'm proud of myself about it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there going behind somebody's back trying to get it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing what I got to do, and I'm pushing forward because I sacrificed. And I said to myself, yo, I'm going to take my time out and think about something. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to put something together so that we all can eat. You understand what I'm saying? As far as, like, you know what I'm saying? Not just me in the same basis. Like, I didn't want to, put it together just for me. You heard?
I'm happy you said that too, because that's this is something we all have to work on, especially if you're like the front man. See, like in my position, I'm the front man. I know that. I'm willing to put that on my shoulders, because one thing for sure, I know I will never give up on me.
Exactly.
So I know that the people around me have to be about me. They have to make sure that I get out of here so I can make sure they get out of here. It may sound, I learned to, it's like, I'm going to tell you this, this is real shit. Any nigga who knows did it. I sold drugs, I robbed, I scammed. And one thing I knew about scamming was, A nigga who sell drugs and rob respects his money way more than a nigga who scam. Because
you get it too fast from scamming. You
yeah,
get it real
you get
fast.
it so fast
Yeah.
and so frequent. You don't respect it. So it's like when you had that come up like Griselda did, how they grinded and stuck to what they did, whether you like it or not, they got to really see like, oh shit, like we gotta hold on to what we doing. We gotta make this shit work. You know what I'm saying? Whereas another artist, he might have got spoon fed. He might have, got hot some way, somehow, went viral, got a record deal, and ran into some money, but he ain't never really had no real money to even know what to do with it. I had to go to jail to realize, like, what the fuck was I doing with my money?
Not investing, not in doing nothing. Not just doing all the reckless shit, just having a good time. It was the same situation that I had, man. I'm thinking about when I'm in jail, right? I could have flipped this money into a crib, into real estate. I could have did this into podcasting, studioing. You understand what I'm saying? Shit that I came home and did now. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Instead of me doing before when I was a youngin'. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of me sitting there learning and understanding the game and how it works and everything like that. If these young niggas could sit there and learn how to do this shit off the internet and everything, why the fuck we couldn't do it? You understand what I'm saying? And be rich and do all of that shit.
See,
right?
it's the information era though, so a lot of things at your fingertips, but it doesn't mean everybody uses it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I really go and kick it with kids and teach them financial literacy. Some of these kids, their mindset is really caught up on the social media nonsense.
Right.
And don't get in me. I'm not one of those who doesn't fall for the nonsense too. I watch social media. I like to look. I like to laugh. You know what I'm saying? But because I'm older and I'm responsible for more people, I know what's more important.
And you know what to use your platform for also.
So
like,
now,
you know what I'm saying?
Now when I'm giving the game to these kids that I wasn't given, it's really, really about telling them like, yo, look, you may think that you're young, so you don't have to do this till later, but now is the time to really focus so you'll be ahead of the game. You should be buying a house when you're 21, 22 years old if you know if you know what to look for, how to do this, etc., etc. Because all of us have that. I'll do it when the time comes later. It's like let me tell you,
always like
this.
that, yeah.
This one of the favorite excuses a nigga use in jail. Tell me if I'm lying, right? A nigga got 3 years left, right? And you be like, yo, nigga, like,
you gonna work out?
You gonna work out? Yeah, you see? And nigga be like, nah, my last 12 months, I'm gonna turn it up.
I'm gonna turn it
Nigga,
up.
nah, you supposed to be doing this shit now.
Yeah, because the nigga see you working, you heard?
Yeah,
He
condition
see you
yourself
working,
now.
But this is your man, though. You eat with him every night. Look, y'all done put packages together and all of that. But he telling you every day, like, yo, I'm gonna do it. But you already doing it. You understand what I'm saying? You going to the yard every wreck. You understand what I'm saying? You letting it be known. Yo, you got 3 years left? I got 4. Boom. That 4th year, I'm turning it up for real.
And for real, that's what, that little minuscule thing is what separate the boys from the men, the niggas that don't want it from the niggas who do, because that mindset alone is what got me out here running past niggas. Because I've been working. Yeah. I've been willing to put the work in. A lot of niggas ain't willing to put the work in unless they have to, or it depends on how they may look. Like right now, it's sad to say, but it's cool. Don't get it twisted. Me doing what I'm doing right now, niggas could admit it or not, I'm inspiring niggas to go hard.
Yes, you are, brother.
Because at the end of the day, you gonna feel it. If you been here and I've been going 9 years and I come home and I'm just running through.
You like a motherfucking Mercedes Benz, a 600 Benz pulling up on niggas that just, like, you understand what I'm saying? Was out here the whole time in they Hondas and they motherfucking shit just procrastinating. You understand what I'm saying? And you like this. And that's what it is.
And this the realest shit ever, gang. I bullshit you not. I don't do this shit to front on niggas, man.
Exactly.
I'm way past that. I do this shit really because it's what I want to do. I love creating shit. I love making shit happen, and I love to motivate. Like I want to see all these rapper niggas, these niggas that's true to this shit win. I don't give a fuck. I don't be hating on niggas, and ain't none of y'all niggas could do that's gonna get in my way. I'm me. What's meant for me is meant for me.
Tell us how you feel about the ladies in the game right now. How the ladies is just
they
dominating
doing their motherfucking thing.
Shit.
All the girls is doing their motherfucking thing. It's their season. At the end of the day, what's dope about it is that they doing what we were supposed to be doing as men. These female artists is getting on records with each other, so it's pushing their brands. Like, and that's dope. Like, and I'm a Queens nigga first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? And even like just like I just feel like being from here, Queens niggas really don't help each other like they should.
Exactly.
It's people in positions, you know, that could help. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer of helping yourself so that you can help others. So I don't know everybody's situation or what they got going on. But if Queens artists would like cut out the fake ass hood politics, and you know what I'm saying, like niggas could be doing so much more, like, you know what I'm saying, like, cause I see other boroughs sticking together regardless of what. Like somebody's always in that borough lending a hand. But Queens, nah. Well, you know me, I'm you know, I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing and lift my movement. Right. And if you wanna come fuck with me and you wanna do some records and everything makes sense, get the business right, cause the business gotta be right. That's one thing I don't like is like a nigga asked me to do a song and you ain't even got no publishing. So now the fucking record works or it's moving in the right direction.
And you ain't on the same page.
The business ain't correct.
Yeah, and the business ain't correct, yeah. It goes like that with a lot of situations. I've learned that within the game also. Like, I wanted to do records with niggas and niggas is like, if your business ain't correct. No, get your business straight. And I'll do a record with you. And I'm looking at a nigga like, yo, what you mean? Like,
another artist might take it to offense because you might be like, yo, my nigga, like we can't just do a record for the music. Yo, it's cool. That's cool. But I just want you to understand, it's the music business. It's the music business. I can sit here and name 10 artists.
Do 1,000 records together.
I can name 10 artists that had hit records, right? And didn't do their business right and couldn't collect all the royalty and publishing in time that they would have made. Money that could have changed their people's lives because they was just doing records frivolously with niggas that didn't fucking set up their publishing. Like, fucking ASCAP is $100. That niggas blow hundreds of dollars on sneakers. Why wouldn't you blow $100 on something that could set you up?
Right. Right.
And don't get it twisted. I didn't know this, but I was smart enough to listen to other people and say, oh shit, I'm about to go ahead and do that. There's nothing wrong with listening to another nigga conversation if it's beneficial to you later, and you like, yo shit, I'm about to take that game you just gave me use for myself. Oh yeah.
Utilize it and be like, yo, you know what? Come on. Gotta get to
some of the smartest niggas in the world and richest niggas in the world are rich and wealthy because they listen to, you know, something somebody else said. Some of them rich for stealing niggas' ideas that the people wasn't even in position to, you know, make happen or facilitate. So, gotta take heed, man.
Tell the people who really inspired Ox to really like want to go really hard. Like, what rappers in the game really inspired you? Are they from Queens or are they from like different boroughs, something like that?
Yo, I'm from Queens, man, first and foremost. So, you know, I'm a Nas and 50 fan.
Big shouts out to Nas, big shouts out to 50.
You know what I'm saying? I was a Biggie fan. Like, I'm a Biggie fan. Like, yo, I'm a
Peter Biggie. Biggie was shit.
I'm a fan of a lot of artists, bro. Like, as far as like when I say fan, I'm a guy who I just listen to niggas who I feel is talking about something. If I could sit there and listen to you and feel like, yo, you know what? That nigga been through some shit, or he talking about some shit that's real, and because that's what my music is based off. So I can't really speak for nobody else. My music, everything you hear from my mouth is either gonna be motivation something I'm going through, somebody I know that's going through it. I really rap my life. You know what I'm saying? So like, I like what I like.
Cause I visualize a lot of your music. Like, you understand what I'm saying? A lot of niggas put music together, Ox, and they just throw it out there. They just put words together, think it sound right on the beat, shit like that. I see that you really know how to put a record down, because a lot of niggas don't know how to count bars. A lot of niggas don't really know how to like sit there and put a whole record together. You understand what I'm saying? A hook, a chorus, like, you know what I'm saying? Verses and all of that. Like,
I had like in this day and era now, music is at a point where there really is no structure to records. It's really about what feels good.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a dummy. I'm gonna go against the grain by being myself, but I'm always gonna find that happy medium. Whereas, you know, I know what's going on to make myself relevant. I got artists that are younger than me. I pay attention to them too. I'm not a dummy. I'm gonna listen because they're young. They also know what's going on. I know how to make music. I take what they give me. I take what I got. I put it together. And I do what feels good. And I also, you know, like I said, I find a happy medium. The right beats with with me saying what it is I want to say and getting it off, but not doing, I have, it just has to be, it has to feel right with me. It has to feel right. I don't care if the record isn't, because records now is 1:20. I don't care if it's 1:20 or 3 minutes, this shit has to feel right to me.
Right,
Once it feel right, I'm cool. I can live with that.
Well, let me ask you this.
Shells, go ahead. Let me get the rest of it.
Do you remember your first performance and how it made you feel? First time performing?
First performance as in like in front of a crowd?
Yes, in front of a crowd.
Does rapping in the lunchroom count?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll go for that.
Hell yeah, that shit counts.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Like,
that
I
counts.
remember that was the shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
see, like, oh, that's another thing.
Those
too.
was days,
like,
though.
that-
Those was
I
days to remember.
that. Like, see, a lot of people got home studios now, so it kind of took away from the art part where, like there was a time when you had to step in a room and really command attention.
Right, definitely.
Before Instagram, before all of that, you had to
Yeah,
have a
I mean,
name.
ain't don't get it twisted. It's still that still goes on.
Cause you got a name from not no social media, Ox. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get your name
I
from
got
social
a
media.
name from
The streets and
really
shit
being
like that.
outside.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, by the way, this nigga can rap. But the thing is this, like I said, some people are fortunate enough to come along and be able to spend $200,000 every 3 months on a record, right? Whereas me and a lot of other artists had to get it out the mud. I had to make myself known. I had to step in a room where it was 20 other rappers and let them niggas know, like, I'm one of them.
Right.
You still doing that right now to this day.
Yeah, it's just
You still doing
it's
that.
just that now the way I say I'm one of them
Right.
is being consistent.
Right.
Because because the way the shit is now, you can get overlooked. It don't matter what room you shine in. The nigga who come with 1,000 niggas and they all saying his shit,
Right.
he gonna look like he better than you. So the only way I could show my ass is to be consistent.
Right.
Is to be like, when them niggas slow down, I'm right here. Nigga, oh, that nigga ain't going nowhere. This nigga ain't put a video out in a month. No, I'm right here. I'm right here. Hold on. I ain't put a video out, but look, I'm freestyling.
Yeah.
You want this freestyle?
Yep. You want this, you want that,
By
yeah.
the way, I got a video. Oh, hold on. Next week I put out a video. Hold on. Next week my artist put out one.
Yeah. I just did 5 interviews too.
Yeah, I just
you know what I'm
did
saying?
interviews.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. You see me at that event.
Yeah.
You see the likes of the niggas I'm shaking hands with. There's a reason.
It's a reason. Cause it's consistency.
Cause guess what? I'm gonna tell you this. Niggas don't be keeping it real. When I go to these events, the niggas that are the superstars, they watching. And they tell me, yo bro, I fuck with your shit. So when you think niggas ain't watching, cause you know how many niggas be in my stories with them blue checks, but they won't follow me.
But they won't follow.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That's another topic, Ox, that we could talk about
I mean,
that situation also. Like,
we
you know what I'm saying?
listen.
How you feel about the DJs right now?
I don't pay attention to what nobody's doing
Okay.
because DJ Self told me this a long time ago. When you ain't getting the reception that you really want, it just means you ain't hot enough. I got more work to do.
Right.
That's it. When the work is put in and I'm leveling up, them DJs is watching.
Right.
Right? I don't know. Some of them may take a chance on you and say, yo, listen, I'm going to be behind you. Some of them is probably waiting for somebody else to say you hot.
Right.
At the end of the day, that just means I got more work to do.
Right.
If I go to the club and they say, yo, you can't bring them 10, 15 niggas in here with you, I ain't mad. I'm going to pay.
Because everybody's coming in.
But guess what? That just means I got more work to do.
You got more work to do, yep.
Because when I'm hot, I can walk in here with 20 niggas. And
You can walk in there with 1,000 niggas when you hot. You know that.
Yeah. See, I don't take offense to certain shit like that. I just got more work to do. And I'm willing to put that work in. No complaints.
How you feel about the drill artists?
I love what everybody doing. Niggas can do what they want to do.
That's what's
It's
up.
their music. They do what they do. I did my first drill song ever. And, I did it my way.
Because it's another lane for music. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's another lane for music. You know what it is? Like, I've heard drill music. Like I said, that's just my preference. I've heard drill music where a nigga was really rapping. Like, like he was talking. And then, you get the drill music that's like, that nigga's just doing what everybody else is doing. Like, the words he chose to use are currently the best slang. So it's just like, even your movements, how 8 out of 10 of those niggas decide to sway on in the video. Like, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing.
Right. Right.
I always gotta put my own twist on it.
Right.
And the shit is crazy because for real, I'm a New York nigga. New York niggas is trendsetters, man.
Absolutely.
Big time. And you from Queens, too.
Yeah.
So.
Big
We trendsetters.
Queens.
We hustlers. We live in a fast-paced city where it's dog eat dog. So, because I was in the feds. I wasn't in the state, so I was around a lot.
I'm bad as a motherfucker myself.
I was around a lot of niggas from different states. So they couldn't understand why New York niggas act the way we act. They used to say that we pretty much the same as far as like the aggression, the way we talk, or the slick talk. How that's how they define
fast
us.
talk.
Yeah, but like I said, New York niggas is trendsetters. You gotta be hustle. We gotta hustle out here. You like. Nigga could barely live off having a job in New York. You gonna check the check.
But it's so much to do. Like, if a nigga don't hustle out here, I mean, he bugging out. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's why they be like, yo, if you can't, what's that saying? If you can't survive.
Shit, I'm gonna say what Cam said. If you can't get paid on an earth this big, you workless.
You workless. Yeah,
it's too much. It's too much hustle out here, man.
Yeah, it's too much hustle, man. It's too much game. It's too much, like. There's too many games out here, man. You got the Egyptian game, you got the fucking the credit card game, you got every game out here, man. The legal game, the illegal game, you got the fucking gypsy game, you got the cab game, you got the Uber game.
Right,
you could get in the car right now and just pull up an app and get money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just that easy to get money right now. I don't understand how niggas just don't want to get no money. But Ox, tell the people, right? Like, how long it take, like, for you to really, like, understand your path and your grind and know what you really, really want to do. Like,
It's
you know what I'm
different.
saying?
I think that answer is different for everybody. I think it's important just to get to know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you really, it's going to make it that much harder for you to find out what you want to do.
Definitely.
Because, you know, a lot of us, we be following other niggas' paths. Every nigga path ain't your path.
Definitely.
You know, every nigga roll ain't your roll. So it's like, you know, you got niggas that, like I said, you got niggas that's really cool with making shit happen from behind the scenes. That's their thing. They like to see shit happen. And then you got a nigga like me, whereas I won't say that I love the attention. I love to see what I'm doing is working. I love when niggas run down on me and be like, yo, like I had niggas run down on me and be like, yo, my nigga, like, you don't even know, like the shit you be saying, that shit is motivation. So now I feel like I'm doing this shit with a purpose.
Right.
I ain't just rapping to be yapping. Like, nah, nigga, like I want to talk.
Right.
I want to talk that talk. I want to be that nigga that, like, when a nigga pull up, it's like, nah, boy, like you speaking my life, or you speaking, you know, you helping me transition. Because I'm transitioning, and I want niggas to grow with me.
Right.
What would you tell a youth right now that you would tell your younger self when you was 12 or 13 years old? What would you let them know right now?
What I would tell somebody that's considered to be the youth as of right now would be
That you wanted to tell your younger self before. Basically saying like what you did, what we know now. What would you tell yourself now, right? Well, what would you tell the youth now that you knew? How the fuck am I supposed to say this shit? You know what I'm talking about,
I know
right?
what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
This is all good though. Right.
I know what you're saying. Hold on, this could be about my son.
What you say?
Hello? Yo. No, where your mother at? She was supposed to. If your mother don't pick you up, call me, let me know, and I'll come get you from Jordan House.
Where he at?
He walking around the corner. I don't know. He about to call his mom. So he'll figure it out.
No, what kind of advice? What kind of good advice would you give the youth? That's what it is.
Yo, man. I think it would be two things I would say, which would be just be true to yourself. You don't gotta follow nobody.
Okay.
And learn to practice thinking ahead early in life. Because like I said, all of us, a lot of us, and it's in our culture, in the hood culture, black people culture, most black people culture, you know, many people that grew up in the type of places we grew up in, we all tend to, it's like, all right, boom. You wake up, right, and you be like, yo, I want to get a house. I saved some money up. I can go get a house. Then you go to the bank and you realize that money you got really ain't shit.
Because you bought the house, and now you need furniture. Now you need.
We didn't even get that far yet.
Okay.
When I say you realize that money ain't shit, you go right, and then boom. Let's say the house is $400,000. They want a 10% down. You got 40, but your credits are 580. Like, because we wasn't taught this shit from young, we not even thinking like, oh, some other shit that go along with this.
Right.
More expenses,
Yeah,
more
so like when
taxes or everything.
Like, cause the credit can carry you so long.
Yeah.
Like, even if you had cause it's like, say, boom, that house is.
And then you still don't own it at the end of the day.
No, but even if let's just say, for these purposes, the crib is 40, and let's say your credit is decent. The crib is 40. You got the 10% to get the crib. Credit is good, right? But then what happens is like you said, you may realize now I gotta put some furniture in this motherfucker. So now you gotta make a choice.
You might want to remodel the motherfucker.
You gotta make a choice. A choice could be, you know what? I'm gonna give me a motherfucking mattress. I'm gonna thug it out. I don't need niggas coming to my crib. I'm gonna thug it out because you know niggas want to show off the crib. Nah, I'm gonna thug it out. I'm gonna lay on this motherfucking mattress and grind until you know, maybe I get my credit even more better. Maybe I can get some furniture, or I get some money to get some furniture. Or you know what? I bought this house. I might go sleep in the motherfucking basement and rent out upstairs just so I can make sure this mortgage get paid. But in the long run, maybe because you got 9 times out of 10, you got a 30-year mortgage, my kids will be straight. They'll have a property they own.
As long as you maintain it.
Yeah, so it's like, that's what I would tell somebody, because like I said, if I knew the things that I knew now, I really would have been rich now.
Right.
Because it wasn't about money. Money comes hand over fist, easy. It's about what you do with it. So that's why I try to, when I do go to these schools and I fuck with these kids, that's the thing I try to implant in their head. And I had to learn, right, that I can't convince every kid, because it could be anything. Like we all out here at a disadvantage.
And everybody's not gonna listen either.
Yeah, but we at a disadvantage. Like I had to learn simple shit like, if a kid wake up and don't eat breakfast, that nigga can't even focus in school. How you gonna focus?
He might not brush his hair. He might not have no lotion on. You know what I'm saying?
Anything that make him feel good. He got too many worries.
Yeah, definitely.
It's mad little things that happen that, you know, that put us at a disadvantage. So the way some people grow up, they grow up with the advantage. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I just try to implant in their heads. Having those conversations that me and your moms couldn't have with us. Cause all my mother knew how to say was, boy, you better get you a city job.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
because
because that's what they doing.
Yeah, it's like,
To this day, when we tell our family, like, yo, I'm an entrepreneur, I got my own business, they look at you like, nigga, you better go get a city job till to this day.
Yeah, that's what my mother
You
used
know
to
what I'm
say.
saying?
Boy, you don't want a pension? I said, rich niggas don't have pensions.
For real. Because they don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would never, you can't fault our parents, but, you know,
They just didn't know.
They didn't know, and that's just the norm. That's the norm. So, like I said, and don't get it twisted, some people really want jobs. That's their thing. When I was in prison, I couldn't understand why a nigga would mop the floor in prison. Like, I wish I would come to prison and work. But I had to realize that, yo, some of the niggas was doing that to keep their sanity. They had got to.
You have to,
some niggas,
bro.
it's like a mechanic. You like, damn, like, who wants a job like that? He wants to be dirty.
But you don't want to sit in that dorm around them niggas all day. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta get out.
And some people love to be productive. Some people love to work with their hands.
You just gotta,
You definitely gotta do what makes you happy. The only narrative that I will push to a kid is to say, okay, if you do want a mechanic shop, and you hey, guess what? You may not feel like being the owner because it comes with too much other things. So you want to be the guy who fixes everything and you're cool with that. But let's make decisions to where you can still have the things you want in life.
Right.
You want that house. You want your kids to have stuff. Let's think of the things you can do that set yourself up. Think of things that you can do that is really recession proof. If we have another coronavirus, how you gonna keep making money?
Definitely, most definitely.
How you gonna survive?